Panasonic and the 3DO company are teaming up to deliver the best interactive experience available today. Again, listen, the 32-bit 3DO platform blasts 16 million displayable colors into the highly evolved imaginations that expect the best quality. Who are these people? Motivated customers from all over who keep coming back for more award-winning titles that we got, they don't. Awards like the best overall game system from the Los Angeles Daily News, the ultimate system of choice from the Philadelphia News, and the best game system from the Miami Herald. But hey, how about software awards? Well, 3DO software products have won awards like the 1994 Best Sports Game, the Best Sports Video Game Ever. We've won numerous Game of the Year awards, Editor's Choice Award, the Ultimate Award, the Best Fighting Game of the Year Award, the Best Driving Racing Game of the Year, and so many more. Oh, it is awesome! So, how do we top that? With new titles every day and over 200 quality titles, including NHL 96, Slam & Jam 95, Shockwave 2, Doom, Return Fire, Primal Rage, Daedalus Encounter, and PO'd more than any other system, not to mention all the other third-generation titles available now. And we got it, they don't. What's more, we got the best range of action, sports, adventure, simulation, and arcade titles that makes our system so versatile, with software available in thousands of major retail outlets everywhere. That is strong retail support. That is Team 3DO. But we're not just talking quantity of software titles, we're talking serious 3D graphics and superior CD quality sound. Our stuff goes way beyond awesome. This is the kind of stuff you could save cities. Hey, they are saving cities, wow. Now about these software titles. Survive nightmares with Killing Time. Hey, kind of gruesome, huh? But wait, what's going on now? What?
Are you ready to play?
Yes, I am ready to play this party game. It is Zhadnost, the People's Party. And it's not a secret, you've heard it. NHL 96 for 3DO is the most authentic and realistic hockey game ever created. This award-winning EA Sports Hockey puts you on the ice. 5 unique camera angles, including overhead, goalie, and penalty shots, takes full advantage of the 3DO platform. We're not talking diodes here, we're talking power, ideas. I mean, we got Gex. With HBO comedian Dana Gould's voice, Gex is a witty, 3D SGI-created gecko lizard that cruises up and down the face of buildings with suction cup paws and rids the world of ugly bad guys using whipping tongue lashes and tail slams. Gex uses over 450 frames of unbelievable, smooth action. Hey, I know him too. It's Wing Commander 3, a 3D photorealistic space flight simulator with multiple camera angles that allows you to direct and control the action as you try to survive 50 pulse-pounding missions. This is stomach-turning adventure with 360-degree sound. And it's the truest, it's the bluest. Primal Rage for 3DO is closer to the arcade version than any other system. We have got realistic shadow effects. We have got all the basic and finishing moves, and we have got all the hidden features just as they appear in the arcade version. This here is the real thing. And who's got it? We got it. Slam & Jam 95. We got CD quality music and CD quality sound effects, right down to the shoe squeaks and the crowd noises. Here we got a little 5-on-5. Come on, slam that thing. Slam it, I said. There you go. And you too can date international models. Yes, you can. You can take her home with you. The Daedalus Encounter with her means you battle against aliens to save the crippled ship. You thrill in the action of this 4-CD sci-fi adventure with over 4 hours of live action video. But if you think this is a challenge, strap on your heli-pack for the superhero action title, Bladeforce. Discover 28 different playing zones while you experience 6 degrees of freedom. That means unlimited flying up, down, right, left, forward, and even backwards. And the Bladeforce flight engine flies at 24 frames per second in real-time 3D worlds. It is motion sickness-inducing fun. Oh, 3DO, 3DO, wherefore art thou, 3DO? It is in your face, because we got it, They don't. And all of you hardcore 3DO players, geniuses, or genii, know that we're compatible, and we're already leaping into the next generation with 64-bit processing power. The open architecture of the 3DO system provides software compatibility with next generation hardware. And then we've got M2. M2 is 64-bit technology that uses a PowerPC chip made by IBM. The M2 processes over 1 million polygons per second and renders over 100 million pixels per second. On the screen here we have a little example of what the M2 is capable of. You all know it, love it, let's just check it out. Just look at those picture-crisp graphics.
The shot is up. No good. Cleans the glass with authority. Lobs it inside. Fancy passing. Off the glass and in.
Doom type of game?
Doom-like game. It's set in a 1920s haunted mansion. Your job is to encounter the ghosts and collect clues to help you solve the mystery, and along the way wreak havoc with your weapons. One of my favorite is the flamethrower, and I've taken care of most of the chefs in this freezer. But let me see if I can find a few more for you right now.
Are there like evil bellhops that you have to kill too?
Well, there are none of them, but there are different genres. Okay, let me go back this way. I'll go into the kitchen, see if there are any down there hanging out. Whipping up a bad batch of scrambled eggs or something.
Now, how many frames per second is this running at, or what will the final version be at?
The final version will be a little faster. I think this frame rate is between 6 and 10. It's all 3D, lots of polygons, texture mapped. Sound is stereo, yeah.
And when's...
Shotgun is good.
When's the release date for this?
It'll be out later this year, in a month or so.
This entire island is trapped in time.
Backhand, move to this point. Incoming on Claudius. Backhand, there to your left. Backhand, it's coming your way. Incoming on Raphael. Incoming on Raphael. To your left. Incoming on Raphael. My scanner reveals movement. Incoming on... They are my dead. Claudius is down. Incoming. And to your left. Incoming on Raphael. They're coming your way. Incoming on Lioness. They're coming your way.
Which the heart of the tiger continues to jeopardize.
Launch all fighters. This is not a drill.
Here she is, one Hellcat 5. She's prepped, primed, loaded, locked, and ready to kick some ass.
Thanks. What about ordnance?
It's all taken care of. The captain downloads the mission specs to me. I dope out the weapons requirements, so you're set to go.
I am ready to engage.
Mashka, are you ready to play? Then let's round up some contestants. Confused? Me too!
After 70 years, the evil that lurks in the mansion has found new victims. This new trail of psychological terror is packed with intriguing puzzles, stunning special effects, and over an hour of full-motion video. In the 11th hour, you are invited to an appointment with fear.
major milestones last year. We had 5 different publications that named the current 3DO system the best system of 1994. We received quite a few awards, literally dozens of awards for several different software titles being the best in their breed. We got 4 different hardware brands to market, covering 3 different continents. And by the end of the year, we had achieved a very strong price point with good software bundles and sold out in many territories. So we're pretty happy with the year that we had. Supporting that from a market fact standpoint, there's this group called Trysts. Those of you that aren't familiar with them, they track 17 of the largest retailers that look at the sale of video game products. In the month of December, we represented about 5% of the hardware sales in the Tryst group of stores. And then that number climbed to 7.5% in January. Of course, this number a year ago was probably less than 1%. Now, the interesting thing is that in that December figure of 5%, we were only in distribution with 6 of the 17 retail store chains that were being measured in that group. And if you just look at the 6 that we were in the month of December, we were actually 35% of their hardware sales. And I'm sure that went up in January when the overall figure rose as well. So we've already become a really significant factor of the retail channel for video game hardware. And in Japan, of course, we've faced some recent new competition. I'll talk about Sony and Sega's new products in a moment, but we've been able to hold up a pretty good share of the market over there. We're still the installed base leader in Japan, and our sales rate continues to be strong there. So let's get into it. Digital and digitaler. Basically, it's getting to be a more and more digital world all the time, and it's possible now to do some amazing things with just a few chips. I happen to have an M2 right here in my pocket. Basically, these 3 chips make up the M2, and these are hot off the press. We just completed the first round of the 3rd of these chips. So what we have here is a PowerPC. And this is a chip that we've designed called our CDE chip. And then this is the big mama. This is a chip we call BDA. And this chip alone has almost as many transistors in it as a Pentium. And when you add these 3 chips together, it's over 4 million transistors compared to about 3 million in a Pentium. So we're dealing with some pretty exotic technology, which, as you can see, fits right in my pocket. It's a 64-bit architecture. As you know, it uses the 602 PowerPC. One of the things that really attracted us to work with IBM is that they have a proprietary 5-layer metal semiconductor process technology. What that means is that on a wafer, they can have 5 layers of metal and electrical conduction, so you can just pack a whole lot more power into a small space. And in the long run, the cost of chips has to do with their physical size, because that determines how many you can get out of a wafer, which drives the manufacturing process. So this 5-layer process, I think, is going to give IBM some tremendous advantages as a competitor in supplying these highly integrated, low-cost chips to the consumer market for products like this. Just one performance benchmark we've talked about previously is the ability to do over 1 million polygons per second. We're going to get into later on a little discussion of why that's significant. But this is a real quantum leap again. It's several times better than what any of our competitors can do, and it's much better than what other people have on the drawing board. And just that's one example of how we believe that we're 7 to 10 times higher performance than the competition. Okay, getting a little bit into some of the additional features. There's a lot of memory in an M2 system. It also has MPEG-1 built in. Now, MPEG-1 today, if you buy it, it's an add-on unit that sells for $200 or more and is well worth the money. But this chip right here, it's built in. It's inside that little chip. So that's just one example of how we can benefit from this high integration. Tremendous audio capability with 32 channels. And then we're leveraging off of the same operating system we're currently using with 3DO. We're enhancing it in some areas, and we're leveraging off of the existing tools. And that's going to make it a lot easier. Now, normally developers, when you move to a new platform, they have to just throw everything away and start all over. So here we have a situation where developers experienced with the current 3DO system can come up to speed much more quickly and use a lot of the assets that they've already created and a lot of the skills that they've already learned. Okay, now we're going to see this, how we would do the same kind of application on the M2. And you can see with the camera movement and the high frame rate and the number of colors and the natural scenery and the realism of the movement.
Oh my God.
Now this lady who we call Sheena, she's actually a real martial arts fighter who we shot using motion capture technology, and it's what's called a kinematic model, so that the skin and muscle structure moves naturally. It's not what's called a ball joint model. It's very sophisticated stuff. Okay, garrote shading. I'm going to show you Sony PlayStation without it and M2 with it. So notice the flat coloring on the car here in the Sony clip. So again, very few colors, and you don't really get much feeling for curved surfaces. Okay, and here's M2. Okay, filtering and mid mapping. Again, what this allows us to do is zoom in and out of a scene without the pixel blocking. So first we're going to show you Doom on the 32X. And this is typical of kind of problems. A lot of titles have that kind of problem. Now here's M2 on the bottom, and notice again the smoothness as we move in and out, and the detail even when you zoom in close. Now on the top, what we've done is taken the same data and turned off the mid mapping, so you can just see how significant the mid mapping is. So they're the same resolution, same data, no mid mapping with mid mapping. Notice the sparkliness in the grass as you move towards the cow, and also notice how blocky it is when you get up close. So I think this is a really critical feature because, in fact, this scene is really only two-dimensional artwork, and yet it feels more three-dimensional because of the smoothness. Okay, first we're going to see blending and transparency. What you're going to see is some colors moving together very smoothly. A better way to picture this would be take that automobile in the racing simulation. Imagine you look into the cockpit, you can see the driver through the glass, you can see the light reflected off the glass, you can look through the cockpit, out the window on the other side, and see the building on the other side. And the software programmer doesn't have to worry about this. All of the blending of those layers of colors and pixels are done automatically and smoothly. Okay, now we're going to take you behind the scenes a little bit. This is the wireframe. Now notice the surface of the water. You can see some polygons jiggling back and forth. You got a dolphin jumping in and out of the water. And we're zooming down here through the palm trees, and you can see how simple the palm trees are in terms of the math that represents the model for them. And now we're going to show you what it looks like once you add the color. So you can see how much better the water looks with texture mapping. You can see the Z-buffer working because the dolphin is only shown when he's out of the water. And now you can see the transparency and the filtering as we move through the trees, how much more detail you see in the trees. Again, you have unlimited lighting, unlimited camera movement. We're about to make a camera move across the boat. There's no performance penalty when you move the camera like that. Here's another transparency effect, which is fog. By the way, this particular demo here is using about half of the actual performance of the hardware. Okay, unfortunately this is a very short clip and it's hard to tell the difference because it's all been put on video. It would be more obvious if you were running off the actual hardware. The first clip is Cinepack, which is software compression only. You can see some artifact blocking there. And now we have the same clip with MPEG. You don't see any artifacting. Okay, so now let's look at more of a 3D style application. These are all driving games, starting with Road Rash 16-bit. So you know, look at the number of colors, look at the frame rate, look at the simplicity of the scene. And these are all best-selling titles. You know, no knock on these games. Here's 32X Virtua Racing. Then we get into Road Rash for 3DO. A lot more color, a much higher frame rate. Here's Daytona for the Saturn. And here's Ridge Racer for the Sony. So these are all basically the same class. And now we're going to, in a moment, we'll go back and see what the same type of game could look like on the M2. So notice that, for example, watch the smoothness in the road, the detail of the scenery that's going past you, the lighting, the high frame rates.
I'd be ashamed if a retailer like myself packed up 60 boxes of 3DO machines and all of a sudden no software came out, nobody wanted to come into the store to buy the machines.
I don't think that's a problem.
Because you can't give it back to the wholesaler.
We have a good supply of software in the catalog. We've got a good supply of software coming every month. So I just don't think that's a reasonable.
I agree with you on the turnpike, but everybody's waiting for the hockey game. Everybody's waiting for the game that they say we're supposed to come out. Madden football came out when the machine came out. Why isn't there another Madden football now?
Well, actually, that's not true. Madden football came out 6 months after the machine came out, which is the problem.
Why isn't there another Madden football now? I mean, everybody's
planning on
waiting
doing one for this fall. Best of luck.
See you. Thanks.
Chris Nix. I'm an investor in your company. I'm just curious. You never seem to get a good rap from the Wall Street Journal. Every article that come out.
Well, you know, they did a really fabulous story about us back in January of '93 when we first debuted, and the problem was that was done by their LA bureau.
Right.
And technically, the San Francisco bureau is assigned to cover us, and there's tremendous jealousy between their offices. So basically, all the guys in San Francisco just were, have never gotten over the fact that they didn't get the lead story.
Right.
So every chance they get, it's,
Yeah, I wonder, do you still talk to them?
They just make stuff up.
And if so, why?
Oh, you always try to give people the benefit of the doubt and hope that they're going to see the light.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that you're going to hit the profit this year?
I'm not allowed to make that kind of forecast, but we're certainly moving in the right direction. I mean, the install base probably needs to be something north of 1 million, and it's going to be a whole lot easier to get there than it was to get to the 500,000 point. I mean, it's accelerating, so it'll be a lot easier to sell the next 500,000 than the first 500,000.
Right. Electronic Arts today said that they thought that for all of '95, between Sony, Sega, and 3DO, there'd only be 1 million units sold this year. That was
in the U.S. market.
Yeah, they said that this morning.
I've heard people estimating between 1 and 2 million, and yeah, there may be some supply constraints for some of the models that will limit it to 1.5 million. I think 1 million's that's a pretty conservative estimate. One other thing about the profitability, our business really has 3 pieces. So there's the M2, which of course is an R&D phase, so that's losing money. But obviously we're very excited about it for the future. That's really where the profit potential for the company will come from in the future. Then there's the software publishing business, which is moving now from kind of an expense mode to being a real business, because we haven't really published very much yet, but we'll have at least 10 titles coming out over the course of the next year. So that business, maybe by the end of the year, that business on a run rate basis is profitable. And then the third business is the current 3DO system and the licensing of that, and that's already profitable. Right. So we're using the cash flow from that basically to fuel M2. Now, some people would have run the company differently and not gotten into M2 as quickly as we did, but we clearly did the right thing. So it's having an adverse effect on the P&L this year, but we've really got the drop on the competition now, and they know it.
Mr. Hawkins, what do you see as the mass market price of the machine? Because if people are going to be required to buy the M2, like 400 now and then another 250 or what have you, that's a lot of money. Versus if the machine were to come down at, like, say, 200, 250 range, and then add another 200.
I'll tell you my personal opinion.
It's a little more reasonable.
I think these kinds of products are worth $1,000. I mean, it's unbelievable that there's the kind of pressure there is in the marketplace to get the prices down even as low as $3.99 or less. And some of that's just the legacy that it used to be a toy business, so people still think of them as toys.
Right.
Well, I don't want to spend $1,000 on a toy.
Right.
But if you adjust for inflation, every consumer electronics format was launched at over $1,000. A lot of them were announced at the equivalent of more like $2,000. If you wanted to buy one of the first televisions, that's really what you were looking at. So, I think all of us as consumers maybe we're a little bit spoiled now, because you can get such incredible technology for such little money, and the technology is moving so quickly. What we found with the 3DO is that each time we reduced the price of volume, took a big step upwards. At $3.99, good demand at that price point, particularly now that we have real strong software bundles to go with it. Obviously, the more the price comes down, the more the volume's going to go up. But I think for this year, it's there was talk a few months ago about some brands, including ours, possibly being at $2.99 this year.
Right.
Because of the yen exchange rate situation, it's going to be a lot tougher for people to get to that point this year. Although we've got the lowest manufacturing cost,
and so I think we have the opportunity to.
Well, how about
be a
Gold
price
Star, for
leader.
example? Their machines are made in Korea. They would probably be more able to.
Yeah, they would be. They do, of course, buy some Japanese components, but it's a much smaller factor. But if the industry as a whole was at $299 this year, every piece of hardware would sell. I mean, everybody would sell out. I mean, nobody would produce enough to meet demand at that price point.
Right.
So, a lot of units will be sold at prices up to $399 this year.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please exit to your right and enjoy the game.
has been in development?
I'm not really sure about that, but I do know that they're going to be adding the actual play-by-play with the different players. There's going to be a halftime show, video shots of halftime shows and stuff like that.
Wonderful.
Just it takes a little bit to get going again.
From downtown, yes! Oh my! Watch some replays.
It shows a review of the race, goes through and shows you how the race was done. Hit any button and you're set.
Watch those second place. Nice move.
This is a 3D platform action game inspired by Japanese animation like Mobile Suit Gundam and also movies like Godzilla. Basically, you can command any one of 5 mechs of various sizes and shapes in 6 levels, going from Mojave Desert in the first to areas like Hawaii, where you can fight in and out of the water along a hotel strip, and then eventually you can fight in New York.
Forward by Probus. Good ball, played by Goldsworthy.
I have that on the side.
Data screen.
Not bad, the controls are a little bit.
Access data screen. Secured. Battery secured. Cartridge secured.
So.
Okay, listen up, guys. Now, an encrypted virus has found its way into the TV network, which is now beaming out negative propaganda messages to everyone within the main dome. Your mission is to destroy the main satellite dish that's beaming out this vile message before too many people view it, huh? This mission is against the clocks that don't hang around.
Downloading location of satellite dish to navigation computer. Multiple incoming air targets. Break and attack all units. That transmission. All units attack the near. Mission complete. Return to wait.
Well done. Mission complete success. Soon after the destruction of the satellite dish, an assault squad stormed the building and made multiple arrests. Once again, pilot, well done.
Hello? Anybody home?
Rincewind! Rincewind! Wake up! The Arch-Chancellor wants to see you!
May I take a book from the library, please? Excuse me? I see. I need something in order to take out a book. Toothpaste? Fingers? Gloves? Something in your hand? A dentist? Halitosis? You want some mouthwash, that's it. You want some mouthwash. I'm sorry, but I'm already spoken for. Oh! A library card. Well, why didn't you say so in the first place? What happens if I just barge in without giving you a library card? Yes. Now look, unfortunately, I don't have one ape. Upon my person. Yes, upon my person. Phew. I didn't say monkey. Hello?
Bro, it's a visitor, isn't it, Chucky? A visitor, yes it is. Oh, Chucky, Chucky, Chucky! Come look here, Mr. Pinchard says hello. Hello. He said hello to us, Chucky. Oh, Chucky, Chucky, Chucky.
So, you're, a
dwarf, sir, that's right.
Approaching shuttle Vector 247. Welcome to Icarus Station.
Say Sega Saturn is out there.
Sega Saturn is out there. You don't have.
Oh, that's cute. Cute admiral.
You think you're going to try that crap?
Yeah, man. If it works, why not?
Floor manager desks at the front of each hall and at the GES service desk. Please tag the empties so we can take them out. Please try to keep your product in your...
Sega Saturn, it's out there. Really.
Thomas J. Kalinsky, President and CEO of Sega of America.
Now, I heard Sega Saturn was supposed to launch September 2nd, and now it's launching at E3. What's going on?
Well, the consumers really demanded it now. They know that the product's available in Japan. We've had a lot of people buy the product for $800, the Japanese version brought over from Japan. And so we wanted to satisfy the consumer need earlier than September and decided to launch today.
Where can I get a Sega Saturn?
You can find Sega Saturn in 1,800 different retail stores across the country. Toys R Us, electronic boutiques, Babbage's, software, etc. are in stock right now.
When can we expect national-wide distribution?
Well, we're going to be shipping to the rest of the retailers as soon as we can. It's certainly going to take us until July and probably part of August before we're in every single store in this country. There's a lot of stores in this country, 20, 30,000 stores.
Who is your age group? Who are you targeting with Sega Saturn?
We think that Saturn appeals primarily to the 17 to 30-year-old. We think it's an older target, probably not the 6 to 12-year-old.
Now, there's a lot of systems floating around in there that people are calling next generation. So to clear it up for the consumer, why is Sega Saturn the system to have?
Well, Sega Saturn is truly the ultimate in a gaming machine. It has 3 32-bit processors in it. These are the same processors that drive our arcade machines. So we have a migration of technology from our electronic high-tech theme parks to arcades to the consumer level now with the Sega Saturn.
Do you feel you're going to have an advantage by launching Saturn early against the competition?
Well, that's one of the other reasons for doing it, of course, is to start getting the consumer excited about Saturn before our competition is able to.
Now, how many titles are we looking at for launch?
We're going to have 10 titles at launch, 20 by August, September, and then 80 by Christmas.
My name is Tim Dunley, and I'm Director of Marketing for Sega Saturn.
What is Sega Saturn for the person that just sees this awesome-looking graphic up on the screen?
Well, Sega Saturn is Sega's next-generation gaming system. It's really our flagship product. It's a truly revolutionary gaming system that offers a different, more immersive kind of gameplay experience.
What are you, let's say I have a Genesis, or even a 32X, what am I going to get with Sega Saturn that I'm not getting ever before on any other system, for that matter?
Well, I think you get all the, you get better gameplay than you have in the past with existing game systems. But because of the power of the system and because of the unique architecture of the Sega Saturn, you really get a different experience. It's really a revolutionary gaming system as opposed to an evolutionary gaming system.
Now, how did Sega bring its arcade heritage into the structure of Sega Saturn?
Well, that's really one of our strengths. Our arcade heritage has allowed us to design the hardware that's capable of bringing, the games that you see around us, these $20,000 arcade systems, bring the exact experience and same software experience into your living room.
Tom Abramson, Vice President of Marketing for Sega Sports. With Saturn on Sega Sports, you're going to get more of what you've already been conditioned to. You're going to get all the teams, all the leagues, all the players. You'll get all the stadiums. You'll get new dimension. You'll get all action, new audio, more commentators, behind-the-scene looks, and you'll be able to have behind-the-scenes gameplay. You'll be able to, in NHL hockey, play 12 different players in any one game, save your stats. You'll have more and more and more.
Welcome to the theater of the eye.
Rods and cones, report to the orbital socket.
How nice. We're trimming the toenails. What's that?
optic nerve. This is the brain. What's going on down there?
The eardrum's going off! Go get help!
We're having a breakdown, we're having a breakdown, we're having a breakdown, we're having a breakdown, we're having a breakdown.
What else can go wrong?
Urgent synapse on line 2. It's the sphincter.
What is going on up there?
Sega Saturn. Welcome to the theater of the eye. Real sports.
Keep it down a little.
Real fast.
Optic nerve here. I am gonna need some help.
Real painful.
Sega
Saturn. Welcome to the theater of the eye. 500,000 polygons a second.
Me.
16 million colors.
Me.
Wreak some havoc in your head.
Oh!
Sega Saturn.
Directly in front of us, yeah. I'm skipping. Can't climb.
you could dart around and stuff. And then you have the other hummingbirds here, and they push you away from the flowers. So if you want, you need to get to the nectar to feed. So what you need to do is dominate the other hummingbirds, and then they'll let you in and feed.
Keep going straight there.
So this first level though is you can't do anything. You just fly around, and you need to find a flower to feed from. As soon as you do that, then you'll jump to the next level.
And then the flower's off to your right.
I think it's that one.
What's the age group this title is marketed for?
This is our core, 12 and above.
This reminds me a lot of the Echo.
Exactly, it is. It gives you that 3D rendered feel and look, and as you can tell, the graphics are really crisp.
So what's happening here is now he has this new form of attack. So now what you need to go around and see all these like mutant insects and stuff. If you look at the bottom of the screen, if I can find some, the flowers should be all black and white. See all black and white? But if I can get over here, and as I start killing them, the flowers will start gaining color. So as you start killing these mutant insects, you'll start restoring the color of the flowers. See, they start turning purple. Oh, I died there. I'm not a very good game player. I make them, I can't play them. So and there's a bunch of different weapons you could get depending on certain insects you could kill will give you different types of weapons, and there's also be places where there'll be power-ups and stuff. And there's also just this weapon right here. You always have this one if I could get away from these guys. There's so many insects.
We're really excited about
this will like paralyze the insect, and it'll make them stay still for a couple seconds to give you a chance to actually shoot them. If I could find the frog. Did you guys see the frog?
It's to your right.
I saw the frog.
It's on your right.
Not right?
To your right.
I can't go any further.
It's about mid-screen.
Did you get eaten by the frog?
Yeah, I did multiple times.
Yeah, here's some of the.
Get the crystals.
Here's some of the different powers you can pick up. I already had that one. Where's another one?
There's a honing device that you still haven't picked up.
So, and then there's one other level in this one right now. Hello.
But some sort of I was just at the board of my cruise around this hall a couple times. It's a compelling effect as it is now.